Baby refuses to eat. We all know about the diverse diet that a baby over 6 months old should have, but what should be done when a baby refuses everything but milk? For many parents, the introduction to solid foods is going well. Their babies get used to cereal, one after another, then to meats, vegetables, fruits, and dairy products. Most of the time, babies accept a little of everything without too much difficulty. However, some babies refuse purees. A little discouraged moms alternate flavors, make feeding fun, sing, laugh, fly with the spoon, but nothing helps. Baby only wants the breast or the bottle. Why is the baby going on a hunger strike, and what should be done so that he doesn't miss anything? When should we worry? When should you be concerned if a baby refuses to eat? According to Sandra Griffin, nutritionist dietitian, it is very rare for a situation to be really worrying, and several factors can explain that a child eats less than one would like. According to her, we must first ask ourselves if he really eats little or if he eats only less than another baby we are around, since babies' appetites vary a lot. The baby may be eating little based on the parent's assessment, but it may be the perfect amount for him or her. Next, be aware that there are several factors that can affect a baby's appetite, such as a cold or teething, which can reduce the baby's appetite for 1 to 2 weeks. She explains, if the baby is 6 or 7 months old and starts solid foods, he may very well prefer to drink breast milk than to eat, and this is normal. I would start to be worried if a baby over 9 months old who ate well before, who is not sick and does not teeth, refuses to feed at all meals for several weeks, especially if he is not breastfed. Quote, "What most often worries parents is the possibility of their child suffering from nutritional deficiencies. To prevent it, it is recommended to breastfeed exclusively for the first 6 months and then to introduce foods rich in iron first. If these conditions are met, even if the baby often refuses meat or other foods rich in iron, a deficiency will not set in quickly. It should not be forgotten that the introduction of solids from the age of 6 months is complementary to breast milk or to the preparation. Food is not the basis of the diet for 12 months according to the books, often 9 to 10 months in reality. Baby-led weaning or autonomous food diversification. More and more parents are trying to understand their child and to cooperate with him rather than forcing him to do things. From this school of thought was born what English speakers call baby-led weaning, which could result in food diversification led by the child. This method is a complementary way of offering food to children from 6 months old, involving all of their senses. The baby touches food, puts it in his mouth by himself, learns to chew, to manage the pieces in his mouth. According to her, this is a good way to introduce meat, which is not very appetizing in mashed form, even for adults. It is also a good way to introduce other foods to babies who do not like the texture of purees. However, according to her, you have to keep in mind that the baby will perhaps eat less in pieces than if the meals were pureed, especially at the beginning. When only a few foods are less well accepted, it is possible to combine purees and solid foods so that baby can choose from what is offered. Won't he choke on it? According to Sandra Griffin, by 6 months, the pieces should be big enough to come out of the hand once the fist is closed. The food must be cooked, rather soft, like those that would have been mashed, but given in pieces. Tender, slow-cooked meats, brown chicken, cooked vegetables, and ripe fruit are good choices. When the baby has weaned himself, he should be able to pick up the food and put it in his mouth. As he gets older, as his fine motor skills improve, it will be possible to offer him smaller pieces, cut into small cubes. The best way to avoid choking is to give the baby large pieces that he can bite into according to his abilities and that he can handle in his mouth. How do we do it? To undertake baby-led weaning, you must avoid foods that are too hard as well as small round foods. By letting baby eat at his own pace, he is less likely to choke than when a parent sets his own pace, but you still need to be present throughout the meal and remain calm to avoid he is stressed while eating or jumpy. Once this form of feeding is accepted by the baby, he can still eat several foods with a spoon, such as soup, yogurt, lentil stews, cereals, and shepherd's pie. It's not about giving up purees but offering him different options to give him the opportunity to eat what he wants. The cereals. To make the cereal more interesting, it can be flavored with grated apples and cinnamon or mixed with fruit. If the baby still does not want to eat it, we can wait a bit and try again a few weeks later. While grains are convenient, economical, and high in iron, they are still not a miracle food. If the baby loves cereal, they make a good breakfast. However, instead of trying to give it to a baby who refuses it, it is better to give him other nutritious foods rich in iron. Finally, it is really not advisable to put a baby's cereal in his bottle. In addition to interfering with the baby's liquid to solid learning, this way of feeding is akin to force feeding, and normal, healthy babies never need to be force-fed. According to Sandra Griffin, above all, you have to listen to your baby, offer him a variety of foods, never force him, be calm and wait until he feels like eating at his own pace.